Hello everyone. Am I audible at each one's end?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Good afternoon everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, Product Features and Readware CMS, which will help you drive revenue. I am Hemendra, Product Manager at Readware. I have spent a decade in product vertical with the focus of enhancing product features and generating additional users and revenues. I have with me my colleague Anubhav Bhatnagar, who will take you to the rest of the presentation. Before we begin, just a little bit of housekeeping. I request all of you to keep your microphone on the mute so there is a reduce in the voice echo. And if you have any questions during the presentation, please type in the chat box. We will pick it up during the presentation and after the presentation. Today we would be focusing on four key aspects of this presentation. Basically, artificial intelligence and machine learning in publishing for user engagement and content creation. Secondly, we would see about what the features we have created using AI and ML technology for Readware CMS, and how these features have proven to drive more users and more revenue. And at last, we would demonstrate our new feature, that is Smart TV application. So I'm handing over to my colleague Anubhav now.
Hi all. My name is Anubhav Bhatnagar. So I work as a product analyst with the Readware.com, and it's been more than 5 years that I have been working in this domain. And I have spent half a decade in the product vertical with the focus on enhancing product features. And by enhancing those product features, I involve generating additional users to our clients plus revenues. So starting off with the market trends, as told by Hemendra in the past, we will be discussing about AI and ML. As per the report shared by Economic Times, over a course of 1 year, what we have seen a 10% increase of mobile users all across. Today's generation nearly spends 3 hours and 40 minutes. That's quite a long time browsing on their devices looking for contents that are related to news or entertainment, education, etc. I must mention these numbers are from 2019, and these numbers have increased vast upon after the lockdown or the COVID-19 crisis that has been like faced by everyone sitting down here. Mobile apps have been the trusted sources now for higher engagement rates rather than mobile optimized websites or desktop websites. The media consumption over these apps have gone ahead of live TV media consumption. The share,
Anubhav, you need to present your screen once again.
pardon please.
You have to present your screen once again. There was some disturbance. Please present your screen again.
Yes. So as I was talking about the market trends, some more numbers are there. The share of online news. So we work in the online news domain. We have seen that the main source of news, the people that are under the age of 35 years, has now turned to the online news rather than the print news. The online news is right now 3 times as much consumed as the paper or the print news that we talk about. There was a survey conducted by Reuters, India Digital News, that's an organization, and it was found that three-fourths of the people use their smartphones as primary device for consuming news, but only one-third of them have trust issues. So there's still people who don't believe in news that are there in the publications. So what we have done in the past years or through the experience that we have, so we at Readware have been working from the past few years following the ongoing market trend. So all the numbers that I was talking about in the previous slides, so we have worked upon them, and we have understand the user's proclivity over various content types. So what content he is consuming there, we have been tracking the users, we have been experiencing from the way the behavior the user has been working on the apps or the platforms. We have blended together our experience and this knowledge over the AI and ML based operations and created new features. 6 of them are listed in front of you. They are like photo stories, one of them is good news, suggested notifications, polls, and the last is personalized my news sections. I'll detail them out one by one in the upcoming slides. So the first that I talk about is Fabricate, or you can say Photo Stories. The technology has helped our partners by drilling down the cost of the video. So if you see, while you go there and create a video, all what you have is expensive studio setup. You have video editing tools that are very much expensive. You hire artists to be the voice of your content or the person who will be speaking for the videos, plus the renting and buying of all the high definition cameras and lens. So these are all the costs that we have focused are implied on creating a video for a publisher. What we have done for them is we have created the first feature that is empowers our partners, that focuses more and more on video content, uh, which can be displayed directly to all the existing users that we have over the apps. So we have already created, the feature is lying there in the apps. All you have to do is just connect with us and get it enabled. So what does this Photo Stories or Fabricate feature does is, Photo Stories or Fabricate features, it utilizes the ML and the NLP technology. ML is machine learning and NLP is natural language processing technologies, along with beautiful animations for generating engaging video content from existing photo galleries and the captions of the images. So every time you share any content with us, there are images, we have captions with them. So we utilize them, our system utilizes them and creates automatically without the intervention of a manual effort. So there isn't any human intervention in the process. The process happens on its own and a beautiful animated video is created. I'll just help you with one of the, you can say, a small demo of the video that we have. So if you can see my screen, so this is the video.
Anubhav, different tab is selected.
This one with the video is visible.
Video is not
Not to
visible.
me.
Is it visible now?
Yes, it is.
Face mask as he watches Israelis surfing with their kitesurfing boards in the Mediterranean Sea in Ashkelon as restrictions following the coronavirus disease COVID-19 ease around Israel. Reuters. A man surfs with his kitesurfing board in the Mediterranean Sea in Ashkelon as restrictions following the coronavirus disease COVID-19 ease around Israel. Reuters. Israelis surf with their kitesurfing boards in the Mediterranean Sea in Ashkelon as restrictions following the coronavirus disease COVID-19 ease around Israel. Reuters. Israelis surf Mediterranean Sea in Ashkelon.
So as you just saw, the video had the, hello? Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yes. So as you just saw, the video had the captions at the bottom that were running along with the voice. So this is a video content that is created from one of the publishers from the images that he has shared with us. So moving up to the next, or the second feature that we have seen, if you see my screen right now, I just have a simple question from every one of you. Can you see there's a similarity between all the images? So if you see, they all are lean to similar sentiments. You can say negative, unhappy, the sentiment is a sorrow sentiment, or relating to something bad has happened around. In the ongoing current scenarios of COVID-19 and lockdown all over our nation, waking up in the morning and looking up to all such sentiments. So since the past, all you have seen is like publishers or the news is having the content, these many people are infected, or these many people like are dead today, or there is all unhappy news all over there. So a study of Soroka and colleagues 2019 looked into the demand for negative information. After examining people's physical reactions, the results revealed globally that humans are more aroused by and attentive to negative news on average. So what they saw is like whenever you hear a negative news, you are more attentive, or you grab the negative news very much. But what is the effect of negative news on a person? So negative thoughts have been considered to bring stress and anxiety disorders in people during a course of time. So these are some of the effects which people doesn't know, but they actually are inculcated every day through some or the other means. So to eradicate it, what we have done is like we have created a feature named Good News. So Good News is specially dedicated section over our apps or over our platforms, you can say, which has been created using AI and ML technology again. It refines and filters down all the news that is carrying positive, good, happy, or all the similar kind of sentiments from not the new, but even the existing content that we have. So if there is a publisher that is sitting there who has been working since us in the past and has around 1 lakh articles with us, so our system is capable of extracting the good news out of it and creating a dedicated section on the platforms. If you see on the home, there will be a beautiful card which will have scrollable different news that are termed as good news by us. We have created a feature for our users even to identify which news can be good or bad. So moving up to the next, we have created, so if you see around every there, the brand which is there is moving towards content personalization or personalization, if I mean. So here, if we are dealing with the content part, what do we actually mean by content personalization? Uh, Content personalization is actually the targeted delivery. So there's a person in front of you, which is your target, on which you have to deliver the best of you. So content personalization acts a role by giving targeted delivery of a piece of content of a user using specific set of criteria and of his personal interest. So what are the criteria behind? So we look upon many things of a user, what he likes, what he behaves on news. So most of all, we even when we go to an app, what we see is like we read a news for a while, and there are some news on which we are stuck. So that is what our interest lies in. In a survey, 63% of consumers have agreed that personal and relevant content improves users' persuasions towards a brand. So that is what makes a brand loyal to the users if you provide them with their personal content. In the era of industries moving towards personalizations, we have seen ads over television, over the net. Cadbury, Coke, everyone is now into personalizations. They have been sending the message to the users, come to us and personalize our products. Similarly, Readware has dedicated a specific category, again, a section where a user can match and view content based on his interest. So from the past, we have matured our product much more, one step ahead. Our feature is backed by the AI and ML technology again. So every of the product that I am talking about since the starting till now is all backed upon the AI and ML technologies. So we have made algorithms which gathers the information based on users' reading habit. So as a user, for example, if you are there and you are coming to our app or our platforms, so we know what are the best content that you are reading. So are you being you can say loyal to sports news, or you have faith in political news, election news, or whatever the category or the content type is available. So what we do is like, based on your habits, we create a unique personalized section. So what that personalized section now has is whenever you will be opening that section, there will be first a greeting message from our side that will be telling about how the day is, a good thought about the day. There will be the temperature of the local location that you have. There will be multiple categories. There will be multiple posts that you might be interested in reading. We have even set some engaging games into it, and many more are getting added to the personalized section just for the users. And all of this is happening just to increase the user retention, first of all, and the session time over the platforms. And in turn, that will increase your monetization part and your brand loyalty towards the user. So this is a presentation. Here is a reference I am giving in front of you. These you can say snapshots give you the My News section. So one on the left, if you see, is the home screen where you can see the My Feed section. The second on the right hand side is the option where you can even manually select or deselect the categories or the type of content that you want to see. So the next and one of the most powerful feature that right now we have is suggested and auto notifications. Let me tell you a fact first. So did you even know how powerful is the or which is the most powerful engagement strategy over there in the market? One of them, what we have seen and what the reports are saying, is notifications. So Medium, all of us know Medium is a very good brand there in the market. So Medium has recently reported that by sending up one notification boost around 88% of engagement. That's a very big number, 88% of engagement with notifications. But if you see, sending a notification is a painful job. What we have seen, we have got the feedback. So we have been working with you all. We have received many feedbacks from your side, which says like sending a notification is painful because you have to dedicate one resource which involves cost in decision lies which notification send. So that is platform. And third, which is even more important, is you don't have to irritate the users that you have. So you cannot send notifications every now and then. The notification should be specific, should be interest of the users. So what we have done, and it should not return the users first of all. What will it lead to is just the uninstalls of your apps. So people either switch off the notifications from their systems or they directly uninstall the apps if they see the notifications are coming to them above a mark. So what we have done in this field, as the name even details out, suggested notification, I'll talk about the first. Suggested notifications is provided on your publisher panels. If it is not there, just reach out to us. I'll again say, if any of the feature is not there, just reach out to us to enable it. Suggested notification is on the panel where we help our publishers with best curated options of notifications from their content. So we have your content, we track your content, and we provide the best curated options. We suggest you with the notifications that will actually provide you with the best engagement strategies. So all you have to do is you have to just log in at the backend. There is a list of 5 notifications. As a suggestion, click on them and just push. There isn't much clicks. We have tried to reduce the number of clicks over there even for the publishers so that sending a notification is easy. Moving up to the next, a simple looking but most powerful of auto notifications. So a feature which when enabled sends notifications to the subscribed users automatically. If you see, as I say, it looks very simple. What is auto notifications? It will be sent automatically, but it is not. It just looks very simple. What is the best about our notifications? The best of it is that it is not received by all of our users. First of all, auto notification is user specific. What that that means is it is reached to the users only who have interest in such types of notifications. For example, again, give you an example to help you understand it better. So I personally read news of sports every day, or the news of, you can say, the stock market every day. So if there is a notification that is related to stock market, that will be triggered and received by me. But if you are a user who doesn't likes or doesn't read stock market news, you won't be receiving the notifications. How does this help now? It will not be reached by many people. Not all the people will be irritated. Only the people who love to read that type of news will be receiving the notifications. As per the report, what we have seen, it will, at least I not say, I'll go by the report, 88% of engagement. What we have reduced, there isn't anything. If you see, there isn't anything from your side. This is one of the graph. This is the report from our end. So we have been using the auto notification on our system. This is a live, you can say, data, not from any report, from our personal sent content. So graph here, if you see, here shows how engagement on a post gets affected by sending notification. If you see the graph, a post was published at 7 a.m. in the morning. It's a pain in the 7 a.m. for a publisher, you can say employed, for who is dedicated to send a notifications. So what is there? It was performing very low. It was recently sent because the people are not much at 7 a.m. But as soon as an auto notification got triggered from our side, if you see the scale on the right hand side, it has peaked up, increasing the engagement by 324%. That is 324% over Android. Just the Android I'm talking about, 324%. And on iOS, if I see the number, it is vast great than it is 615%. You see the impact of just a notification which doesn't involve any human intervention. That's automatically triggered. If you could see how a single notification that is first of all cost-free, okay, that doesn't has manual intervention, that doesn't has the hassle of you to log in into any of the portal, pushing them has helped you. So I have reduced all these pointers. I'll just repeat again: the cost, the manual effort of employees or a person, the effort of selecting, that is all eradicated, and still you are gaining something out of it. So this is what we have created, and we are there to deliver up to you on your platforms. So moving up to the next now, its notifications have ended. So the next we talk about, like, I believe, if I'm asked, I'll just ask you one question. If all of the people that is there in the audience or have already voted somewhere in the past, there may be any history, either for selecting candidates on your, like, any project, or taking any important decision in a board meeting or in a normal scenario meetings, or in the office with your friends selecting food, you have always voted. So voting and polling has proved to be the easiest possible solution to know each individual's opinion in the group. That is the easiest. We have been following since the past years and years. We have been taking opinions. Now here, what we have done, there are a few tips how to make the most of polls. So poll has been a feature on our platform since long. We are pushing the poll feature right now. Is like, COVID is there in the market. The lockdown is going upon since 2 months. It's now. So here are some tips from our side to the existing users and some information to the new publishers. So what should be there in the poll that you create? So your poll should be interesting and relevant. First of all, you should target the trending sections or the sections that are upcoming. Second, you should post your polls, or you should target posting your polls during peak hours. So I know you are well off the analytics. There are Google Analytics. So you are well off when the people are most really reading the news. There's a time frame in the morning. There's a time frame in the afternoon. Try pushing your polls or sending a notification for your polls again, I'll say, at those times. That will increase the engagement on your platform. A notification, again, I'll say, will empower most of the user to come and at least vote for it. So if you have any questions, any one of you, just put it in the chat box in between. Even I'll just pick it up right through there only. So the next is what we offer in the poll section. So the publisher portal of Readware. So we have given you all a backend portal where you can manage most of the things. It provides you options even to create a customizable poll. So what do I mean by customizable here is there are, first of all, three types of poll. One is story link poll, one is category specific poll, and the third is feedback type poll. So I'll explain every one of you in a brief. So what first is story link poll. So what does it mean? It's simple. Whatever poll you create is actually linked to a story. So if you are creating a poll, for example, will the COVID lockdown open on 17th May, and you have a news over there in the platform that says, or that is running upon the COVID news, this poll will automatically get linked to it. I'll show you a reference slide in the next slide where you can see how it looks like. The next is category specific poll, that is even we have. So you can actually place a poll on any of the specific category on the platform. For example, if there is a poll for sports only, that can be shown on sports category. If there is a poll for election only, that can be shown on just the election categories. The third is the feedback poll. So what does the feedback poll does is, like, it will help you grab users' opinion on your content, on the way your app is behaving, or any of the thing that you want your user to respond to. Sorry. So we have other customizations that I was talking about. So we have customizations specifying to the results. So here you can customize number of options. First of all, you can place 10 options, 20 options. We generally suggest not more than 4, because that is the market trend that people look like and follow. We have different types of customizations, like you can customize the button of the board. You can place images with every option. You can have a background image. You can have the option of the user to respond with the poll, after the poll, or never even. So we have multiple selection options. We have single selection option even. So all of this is already created. It is lying on the publisher portal. Just reach out to it and start creating. If you need any of the help, you can every time connect to your account manager, or just write us on the help desk, and we'll be there happy to help you to train it even if you need, or your team members need for it. So this is how a poll look like. On the left, if you see in the center, the poll says which team is best suited to win the World Cup. The second screen shows the option and how does a poll look like. If you see, there is an icon or there is an image for each and every option. And the third, if you see, that is a story link poll. At the bottom, there is a bar where the user can click and respond. So you don't have to manually link any poll, it gets linked automatically. Moving up to the next, we have created, like, throughout the presentation, if you see, we have been seeing reports of multiple organizations specifying increased usage of mobile devices and apps. We have seen people talking all around in the market of use of mobiles. There's 90% people are using mobiles now. So Readware even planned the same for its publisher portal. So you have a portal on the desktop. What we have planned and we have created for our publishers is an app. Right now the app is on Android. We are even coming up with the iOS soon. So the publisher companion, as the word suggests, in front of you, is developed to provide you few premium features which are required for everyday operations. So I even know every day you log into our portals and you do some kind of operations onto it. We have picked those operations, the premium ones, and we have provided them on an Android app, which is very simple to use. And these features are actually powerful even in using and engaging more users. First of all, I talk about is creating a post. Yes, first of all, you can create a post now through the app. Upload pictures from your device. Just imagine a scenario: you are covering an incident and bringing pictures instantly to your users. So I know you have hundreds and like thousands of your reporters that are there in the market, in the actual scenario, running there and seeing the reports. They might be visiting hospitals right now, like grabbing informations, coming back, reporting it to you. That involves time. We have cut that time. They just have an app now. They can upload live pictures, videos, put in the information and just pass it on to the portal, and just a click away it will be published on the platforms. The second is like the sending notification option. So you don't have to log in manually to the portal. All you have to is just open the app on your phone and send a notification. How it can be useful is, again, I can just give you an example. You are sitting right now, for example, you are having a webinar right now with me, and there is a news that is trending on your platform. All you have to do is just open up the app side by side and just click on the send button, and the notification will be sent for your platform. You don't have to invest much time into doing it. The third is instant sync option. So there are sometimes, we have rarely seen some complaints from our publishers regarding the delay of news. So we have been improving since the past on our platforms, on our systems and hardwares, to provide the news in the minimum time possible. But if there is a minimum case of 0.1%, if I say that you, or there is a delay that you see, all you have to do is just come to the app and click on the instant sync button, and immediately will import these latest news from your system to ours and display it on the platforms. So these are some of the topmost features that are there on the Publisher Companion app. It's available on request from our side because it's a closed loop app for our publishers only. It's unavailable. You can say, you can just contact us and we'll send you the link to download it. So I'll just ask Heminder sir to just represent one video on how the Publisher Companion app looks like. Heminder sir, if I'm audible, can you just represent the video, please? I think he's not audible. Yeah. So as you can see on the screen, so this is the Publisher Companion app. This is how the icon looks. This is the splash screen. So you have to log in through the sub-user email and password that you have already on our platform, or you can directly do it. This is where you will select, or you will see all the projects that are related to you. This is the feed option. Here you can change the websites. This is all the latest news that has been imported in our system. You can view it. First of all, you can share from this position even to Twitter, LinkedIn, anywhere, and you can even send notifications. On the right, if you see, there is a category options. It shows you all the categories that you have created on our platforms. So this is the action buttons with all the options. First is suggested notification, scheduled notifications, send notifications, all of them collated under one roof. This is instant sync option. Then we have some tags option. Even I missed the tags option. I'll just tell you what it is. This is how you create a post. You have the first option to add a title. Likewise, I am typing it from my mobile only while I was making the video. Herein you type the title. That is very much important. The next is you type the author name, excerpt if you have tags, what is the post type, whether it is a news type, or these are tags that I'm including here. post type, videos, photos, what type of it is. You can even schedule the post right now. So I am scheduling it for 6:30 in the evening. And when I click next, it gives me the option to type the body now. Here I have all the options to edit, left align, center align, pointers, add graphics to it. All of this is provided already. This is the screen where you select the categories you want the post to go in. You can select, deselect. You can add a link, any link. You can add a YouTube video. You can add a video that you have in your device. So here you can see the video section open, the gallery section open, the thumb image section open. After that, I just have to click on complete button. Once it is completed, the post is created and it goes into your publisher portals. And from there, just your content people. So if I talk about, there is a content team that you have, it can open up this particular story. If they want to edit, they can edit and just send it right across. So moving up to a new product vertical that we have recently started that might be much of interest to you now, that's happening around. So we have created our first TV app. I'll just brief you with just 3 simple questions. Or just tell you the brief behind it, how it started, what we did, and the future ahead that we have. So we have recently seen a great rise in the smart TV market with more than, you can say, people moving towards smart devices, maybe it be phones or TV or anything else. What we have seen, around 60% of current TV owners are still viewing content on older versions, and brands like there are Amazon, Samsung, MI is there. They are utilizing this opportunity with devices. There are new devices. I know like some of you might be even using. Fire Stick is there in the market. There is MI Box that is recently launched by MI. That's a new product from its vertical. Then we have smart TVs from various brands, Samsung, LG, Panasonic. Everyone is providing smart TVs. So the shift of users opened up doors for us to provide our publishers with TV app, which can be used on all these platforms for our users. So likewise, you have an app for your Android phone. We are there, we are capable, our teams are capable, and they have actually created, and it is there live in the market. The next slide that I'll show you will patch you through the achievement received in just 1 week of the app launch. So we have created an app, we launched it, and I'll show you what numbers we have gained or that publisher has gained because of our development with him. So if you see my screen, so this is the report. As per the report of BARC, BARC is the organization in India which is tracking the usage of television viewership, and it has now moved on to live TVs over to Android and iOS platforms even. So in the BARC report of week 17, and specifying week 17, that is from 25th April to 1st of May, only 7 days, they have seen around 281 million TV views in Hindi and English language, and 37 million views for brands like Mathrubhumi and Sakshi, which are there for Malayalam and Telugu. I'll talk about respectively in different languages. So the TV app, which we created, we posted it live on 23rd April 2020. So that is 2 days before the report started gathering information. Our app showed 158,000 viewerships. 158,000 viewerships in just 1 week of launch. It is currently holding upon 8,400 loyal users. What do I mean by loyal users? Is like these users have actually downloaded and installed the app on their smart TVs. If I talk about the number today, it has surpassed by more than twice for the brand. So the number is not 8,400. The report is for April. If I talk about 15th of May, it is over 16,000 loyal customers for that brand. So the next question, what we provide or what we have done to create it. Our TV app is basically developed on Android TV and Fire TV OS. So there are two type of OS, Android TV and Fire TV. So we have hands-on experience of both of them, and we have created on both of them. Our app is config based first of all, and what does config based means is like will provide you option to manage content even remotely for the users without updating the app again and again. So for example, if IPL is coming and you want the smart TVs to show the IPL category on the top, we can manage it remotely without even disturbing the user anywhere in the market. The second is we have support for live TV. So the person doesn't need any dish channel connection. All he needs is just an internet. We have live TV, which can be there using M308 URLs, or if you are publishing your live TVs through YouTube, we even support YouTube. So we have smart display of categories through an horizontal menu bar option. I'll show you in the next screenshot how does it look like. Last but not the least is like you'll earn through it. We have monetization options. What do monetizations here is like we have the capability of installing ads over video content. So now this video content over this platforms can even help you earn. How it will help you earn? It's like it'll give you options for pre-roll, mid-roll, post-roll, video ad, IMA, SDK ads over there. Few other features of our TV app. Our TV app is multi-category display, so there are multiple categories there. We have a large screen display, so it's adjustable. Whether you have a 22-inch or whether you have a 56-inch or even an 85-inch television over there, our app is adjustable. It's clearly visible over there to the users. You can, as a publisher, you can even select and specify specific category icons for each of the category. The best part is all your content is similar. So whatever video content that you have on your apps, on your website, on your YouTube channels, or any other channel, that is similar here. So the brand loyalty, the brand is everywhere around similar for a user to grab attention and stick to it. So that's all from our side for now. We are open to any question and answer that you have. I'll just remind for the existing and for the new people or the new publishers that have joined us today for the presentation. If you have any queries or if you want to enable any feature, you want to know more about the feature, you can just contact us through helpdesk@readware.com, or you can just mail your account manager, whichever is connected with you. And for even if you want a Fire TV app or a TV app to be being precise, developed for you, we have hands-on experience. We have seen and we have give better numbers, good numbers to our publishers, and the market is still not mature. Not many of the people are there in the market that are running through this vertical. So you can be the opportunist right now and get involved with us. Contact us. We have your content if you are existing publishers. If you are a new publisher, we ingest content through XML, through JSONs, through APIs. We have every possible options. Our team is every time readily available. We'll be happy to help you anytime. That's all from my side. Thank you. You can just, if you have any questions or doubts, please feel free to type it into the chat box.
There is one question from Atul. Photo stories are generated from galleries, so does viewing it gives any page views to gallery or just the screen time? So Atul, the photo stories which are created from your galleries are displayed only inside the application for now. So you would definitely get the screen views for the usage of your Android and iOS apps. Manish Gupta, hi RWCMS team, good presentation, thanks. Thank you, Manish. I have question videos from photos. Yes, Manish, you can ask the question. Am I audible there, Manish?
Am I audible? Am I
Yes,
audible?
Manish. Yes, Manish, very well.
So, I have one question is how is the audio recorded? Do you necessarily need a good photo caption so that the audio gets recorded with the video? Or how is it
Absolutely.
done?
So, yeah, so we pick up the caption from the photo. So, for a caption to be very self-explanatory or to be very appealing, the caption must be something like that. So, if you are using just one word or two word of a caption, it would not be very impactful. So, if you are posting photo galleries, you might want to have a look at what kind of captions you are putting there, so that when it is converted as a voiceover, it makes sense.
And the audio is how? I mean, this is audio is a AI kind of a recording, or how is it happening? So
I'll
the demo which you showed, it was an audio with a female voice,
Yes.
and she was
So,
also reading the source, which is Reuters.
writers,
So
yes.
probably which is not so required, but is it part of the AI thing which is capturing it, or how is it?
Exactly. So, the audio which you listened was of a female voice. You can manage the voice output there. You can put the female voice or a male voice. You can also put the diction there. You can also change the tempo or the frequency of the voice in which the caption is being read. So everything is available via the AI engine. And this basically is not somebody who is reading it. It is basically artificial intelligence.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to other one, Mr. Tejinder has a question: how much time it takes to develop a TV app? So basically, Tejinder, I'll contact you on this. So it basically depends upon what kind of requirements you have, what kind of video categories and video file type you have. Do you have any live TV? Based on that particular requirement analysis, I would be able to give you the time required to develop the TV app. Mr. Mukhtar Ahmed is asking, hope the recording and the presentation will be shared with each participants. Yes, they would be shared soon. Okay, is anybody have any question? They can turn on their mic and ask. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up and we'll send the presentation to everybody.
Thanks, Renendra. Thanks, Anubhav, and thanks the CMS team. I want to leave the meeting now. I have to join another meeting. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome, Manish.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Hi, Atul. I think you have a question.
Yes, I do.
Am I audible, Atul?
Yes,
Yes, so you are asking a question, any number suggesting usefulness of video gallery, photo story over actual gallery. So we have recently launched only the photo stories, as you also know. Uh,
yes.
so that's a new feature. So we are even grabbing the data onto it. But what I can say is that we have been or we have made this feature looking upon the trends of the market. We have seen that people right now are digesting, or you can say they are viewing more of video content rather than display content. Suppose that only this has been created, it's there in the apps. We'll soon share some reports onto it as soon as we start grabbing, because it has recently gone into the market to the active users that we have. But yes, I'll just say the feature is backed by a proper research onto it, and we hope that it will be a boosting and a useful feature for all of our publishers.
Okay, but this will be much useful if we
Uh,
can give a pages
Atim,
with
Atul,
picture
I'm not
verification.
able to hear.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Won't it will be more useful if you are giving the page view to actual gallery also, same while the user is watching the photo story. Because editors will eventually run up on a page view rather than having a view screen time on a photo story.
Atul, can you be a bit loud? I still not able to grab your question exactly.
Sorry. Can you hear me now clearly?
Yes.
So actually, I'm trying to understand like if an editor is filing a gallery, so he or she assuming he will be getting a page view on it. If we are generating photo stories from the actual gallery and are not giving the page view to that gallery, but a user is there. So won't be more useful if we give a page view to the actual gallery also while the user is watching that photo story?
So that is a trigger part of the analytics that if I'm not wrong from your side.
Yes. See, basically, at the end of the day, it's the page views that the editor is more interested in rather than a screen time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So would really appreciate if we can give a actual page view to the actual gallery also.
Okay. Sure. We'll look into this. We'll actually like thanks for your suggestions over it. I'll just take it a note of it, and I'll try what we can do on this spot.
Yes, because
How we can manage to trigger the page views on a gallery.
yes, so because if the user has already viewed the photo story, he won't be interested in viewing the actual gallery, more or
Mhm.
less. Right, so we are at the end of the editor is actually losing page views on it.
Okay. But we are giving the analytics for the videos even to you. So, so you can directly relate a post to the views of the video.
Okay. Okay.
So the Fabricate feature is already backed by analytics. First of all, everything over there is like grabbed upon. We know the number of views the users are having, which are the trending videos over the photo stories even. So yes, we can think upon giving the page view for the editor perspective. But if a video is viewed, that is equivalent to a photo gallery view, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, it is. But when we actually download the report, it will be a little bit of more hassle if we try to combine page views for video stories and with the galleries.
Okay, let's. I have just made the note of the suggestion that you're giving. Let us think through what best we can provide you on such a situation.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
You're welcome. Anything else?
No, not right now.
Okay, thank you. Then we are just wrapping it up. We'll share the presentation and the recordings. You'll soon receive a thank you mail with the presentation and the link to the recordings where you can view it.
Sure. Thank you.